Afternoon. This is Professor Asif Iqbal Mullah. So here once again we gather to discuss one more program today uh, for embedded system lab. Okay, so in the previous sessions we only discussed we about the programs, and today also we will discuss about the programs only. So method of doing the experiment you already know. So practically once again we will see in the class offline classes this one. So therefore today I am going to explain here once again the one more program, which is the program to generate a square wave square wave using a internal DAC of LPC 1768. Okay. So here actually in the square wave which is we are going to generate, we are going to analyze on the CRO or uh, some other CRO devices, right? So the signal which is at the CRO, we are getting here square wave, which is like this. Just a minute. Yeah, which is a square signal, right? Okay, it should be like this square signal we are getting on the CRO as our output for this, program. Okay, so how we are generating on the CRO? So we will discuss here in this programming. So first, see this as usual. Here we need to include LPC17xx.h header file and LCD.h header file also we use here, since we are going to display some information about our program on the LCD, which is we are using as usual. In the previous program also you've seen we are displayed some information on the LCD. So here also we are displaying. So displaying in the first line as a DAC programming. Using DAC we are generating the square wave, and this is demo programming for LPC 1768. If you don't want, you can remove this, and you cannot need lcd.h file if you are not using LCD. Okay, so here, right? So let's we start. So first we are defining two variable. One is the voltage variable, and voltage variable and that is 1024. It is required, and one more is the frequency variable. So which decides the how much the width of the pulses of square wave which is generated. Okay, so this variable which is defined the resolution of our DAC. So here in this programming we are using internal DAC which is available inside the LPC 1768 chip, right? So the DAC which is here we have, okay, so here we have a DAC is a 10-bit DAC. Okay, so here we have a 10-bit DAC. Okay, so this 10-bit DAC digital to analog converter and gives you the one output. The output which you are getting at the pin P0.26, 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 and so here input we are giving to the DAC register. There is a DAC R register will be available. DAC R is there inside microcontroller where we are writing this, and this DAC R 6th bit to 15th bit, 6th bit to 15th bit. Okay, 15th bit to 6th bit of DAC R is going to the as a input means 10 bits from 6 bit to 15 bit. 10 bits are going as an input to the DAC, right? And it will generate the output, analog output at the pin P0.26. Okay, so what is the output formula here for this? See, output formula, the analog output which is we get here is equal to the value which you are giving here, which is V value, say it is a value, right, multiplied by value multiplied by V reference, right? V reference, there is a V reference voltage we are applying right here. Okay, V reference, so V reference voltage, which is usually 3.3 volt, which is 3.3 volt, right? Which is 3.3 volt divided by 1024, because it is 10 bit resolution. 1024 will be the total, the combination of inputs we can apply, right? Okay, so this is what we are getting at the DAC, right? Okay, so let's we now we will discuss this right one by one. First one, see here in the main one M variable we are taking for a delay set, frequency set, right? See, first what we are doing here, we are making pin select. See, usually this pin, see this pin which is sending the output, right, P0.26 of the DAC also perform several other functions, right? Usually this pin we are utilizing to perform 4 functions here, right? So different, see, first function is general purpose GPIO. Second function we are utilizing it for the then AD0 address bit. Third function is our analog output it will give, the third function. The fourth function it will perform is a RxD, means serial receiver function it will perform, right? But here we need to perform the third function only. So to perform third function, what you have to do, there is a one pin select register will be available, several pins select register will be available, and we have here pin select 1 register, like that we have pin select 0, pin select 1, pin select 2, 3, 4, like that we have many pin select register which will use to tell which function you need to perform, which function the pin need to be performed, whether pin 0.26 perform function 1, performs function 2, performs function 3 or 4. See, at a time P 0.26 will perform only one function, not either 1, 2, 3, 4. But here we need to perform third. Here the P 0.26 to perform third function, we have to set a bits in a pin select register 1, which is we are utilizing a pin number 20, means bit number 20 and 21 of a pin select register to define which function should be performed by the P 0.26. If these two bits are 0, 0, it will perform function 1. If it is 0, 1, it will perform function 2. If it is 1, 0, this will be 1 and this will be 0, then it will perform function 3. If this will be both 1, it will perform function 4. So since we need to perform here function 3, we have to set it 1, 0, means 21 is 1, 20 is a 0. To do that, what we are doing here you can see we are making 1 to shift 21 times, means this value will become right, 21 bit will be 1 and remaining bits are all zeros, right? Remaining bits are all zeros here, right? Only 21 width will be 1. This value will be like this. Okay, this we are ORing with a pin select register. So this is pin select register, and here we have several other values for other bits. We are not disturbing that. What we are doing, we just ORing this bits with this bits. What happened here? Other bits which is in other places except 20 and 21 are remains the same because it is ORing with 1, right? Yes, because it is ORing with zeros here, right? Whereas except 21th bit, right, 21th bit which is ORing with a 1 here, which is ORing with a 1 will become 1, right? Will become 1, and this will become 0, right? So 21 and 20 both are become 1 0 here, right? 1 0. So this 1 0 will make p 0.26 will perform function which is the output of a DAC, which is the output of a DAC. Understand? Okay. So let's see how the square wave is generated here, right? Okay. To generate the square wave, we'll understand this 4-step instructions. This is a simple program actually. So first what we are doing, we are sending to the DAC register. This is DAC register, right, which is defined like this here, LPC underscore DAC, right, with DACR, right. So here we are writing this value, voltage divided by 2. Here we are writing this value. So I'll take a little bit up here. Okay, so otherwise you can't see. Okay, so here you can see, right, what we are doing. So here at the DAC R, right, we are writing this value, right. So writing this value in the sense what we are doing here, voltage is 1024. You can see voltage is 1024, right. Okay, divided by 2. 1024 divided by 2 will give you in a hex. As 0 1 0 1 4 zeros, right, 4 zeros, next 4 zeros, right, not 0 1, sorry, here, right, it will give you 1 0 1 0, right. Okay, like that is in hex 200 will be the output, right. This you are giving to the DAC, right. Say this is DAC, this you are giving, right, this DAC register you are writing. So which is going to the DAC, DAC will take this value, right, this value, right. Here you can see the 6th time we are rotating because the 6th bit will be the starting bit of DAC. So therefore we need to rotate it at the right side, at the left side 6 times this value, right. This value will be 6 times because this will assign to the 6th bit and this will assign to the 15th bit, right. Here you have 4 6 zeros will be appended, so therefore you should shift it for 6 times, right. Okay, so this value actually which is actually 1024 divided by 2, which is 512, right. 512 value you are giving to the DAC. So if you giving 512 value to the DAC, right, which will give you the output 512 into 3.3 divided by 1024, which is approximately 1.65 volt, 1.65 volt, right, 1.65 volt. You will get here 1.65 volt, right. So therefore the output here is 1.65 volt. Okay, and then you are providing here certain delay of 1200. See, frequency we defined here 1000, sorry, 12,000. 12,000 time this loop will execute, means till 12,000 time it will be 1.65 volt only. Okay, so after that what you are doing, you are giving voltage directly. Here we are not dividing. What is voltage? Voltage is 1024. This 1024 you are giving to the DAC. 1024 in the sense what? 1024 means this will be, actually this value will be here 1 0 0, right, 0 0 0, right, 0 0 0 0, right, which is in the sense the 15th bit is this, right, 15th bit is this, 6th bit is this, right. So when you give this to the DAC, the 15th bit will be 0 here, this will also 0, and 6th bit will be also 0, all other bits also are 0 here, which is in the sense that you are giving 0 value to the DAC. When you give the 0 value to the DAC, according to the formula here, 0 will be, this will be become 0, and you will get a 0 output voltage here, right, 0 output voltage. Then after 12,000 delay, the output goes to 0, and then you are providing again 12,000 number of times this loop should be executed, right. So again you have to provide the same amount of delay for some time, right. After that, so right, this loop will be continue because it is while one loop, the continuous loop it is. So once again what you are doing, you are sending to the DAC, right, 512 value which will convert into 1.65 volt, and once again you providing delay, and you will get a positive pulse. Like that again you will get a negative pulse, and this process will be continued, right, and hence you will get the output at the pin of the DAC, right, at the pin of the DAC, output at the pin of the DAC, right, square wave, right. So to see this square wave, what you have to do, you have to connect this pin to the CRO, right, and the ground reference pin of the kit to the CRO. With the probe you connect it to the probe and see that the output will display on the CRO as a square wave. This is how you have to perform square wave operation, right. Okay, so in the next session we are going to see with the same DAC how we are generating a triangle wave, right. Today we will stop here, and take care, be safe, stay in home.